All right, good evening. I would like to call the Interboro Board of School Directors meeting for Wednesday, August 21st, 2024 to order. Marge, could we have a roll call, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chavone. Mr. Cleaver,
Here.
Miss Wilkin, Mr. Willis,
Yes, here.
Miss Joseph,
Here.
Mr. Harris, Miss Fagan,
Here.
Mr. Goldsboro,
Here.
Mr. Evans,
Here.
and Mr. Chavone.
Here. Mr. Goldsberg, could we have the invocation and pledge, please?
Yes. Heavenly Father, please hear our prayer. Bless all schools, colleges, and especially the Interboro School District, and grant to this board in their deliberations this evening the spirit of wisdom, truth, and knowledge. May our deliberations be guided by the pursuit of excellence in education, ensuring the well-being of our students and the prosperity of our community. All this we seek for the betterment of education. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Goldsboro. All right, next up, public comment. Let's see if there's anyone from the members of the public. I believe that is all administrators,
Mr. Chavone.
and Miss Evans is here.
Yes.
Okay, if there's no public comment, let's move on to number 3. Mr. Goldsberg, can we have a motion?
Yes. Motion 3.01. The following minutes of the regular meeting of the Interboro School Board of Interboro Board of School Directors held on July 17th, 2024 be approved.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next up, Mr. Pupio for the solicitor's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. I have a brief report. I will have a more extensive report at our September meeting. But in general, there are 2 items that I would report to you from the legal front. The first is that the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, as they often do right around budget time, that's when some additional new school code items come in. And one of them this year had to do with residency, and it detailed the ways in which the school district is able to disenroll individuals who do not reside and are not otherwise legally qualified to receive a free appropriate public education from Interboro School District. So there's some changes there. And the item in the news that you may have heard about, or at least it was in a number of national newspapers over the past few weeks, has been the issue with regard to the Biden administration's Title IX regulations. The Biden administration proposed new Title IX regulations, not necessarily significantly new procedures, but the newness of the rules had a lot to do with the definitions surrounding gender and items like that. There were groups that had objected and filed a lawsuit in federal court. And one of the outcomes of that suit was a nationwide injunction granted to prevent the enforcement of the Department of Education, to prevent their enforcement of the rules. It does not prevent the adoption of the rules. It does not prevent complying with the old portion of the rules. So it unfortunately has left school districts in a legal patchwork as we continue to await further court approval on or further court opinions. Because what the Supreme Court said on Friday was, we are not going to lift that injunction. We are going to allow the injunction to remain, but the lower court needs to hear this case very quickly. So we feel in Interboro, our office, Kate Meehan, as well as Gabrielle Serini, I know they have done some Title IX updates and education, and will continue to be doing so. And we will keep Mrs. Riley and the special education and all of the administrators in the school district informed as to what, if anything, changes. That would be my report, Mr. Chabot. Thank you kindly.
Thank you, Mr. Puccio. All right, next up, number 5, Mr. Goldsboro.
Motion 5.01, that the treasurer's report for the month ending July 31, 2024 be approved.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion.
Motion 5.02, that the fund disbursements in the amount of $14,037,642.40 be approved.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Mr. Goldsboro, is there any correspondence?
Not that I am aware of, no.
Wonderful. Next up, we have one committee report. I'm going to pass it over to Mr. Evans for the Capital Improvement Committee.
Okay, so we did have a CIP meeting on 8/13 at 6:30 p.m. in which our engineer gave us an update on the high school, also an update on the KA Early Learning Academy. Bids were open on 8/8, and we expect awards to go out in September. And we're still looking for, still waiting on a possible grant award as well. We did get an update on the Glen Olden playground and the parking lot, and looking at proposals for the fence and seal coating. And then the playground, we're waiting on pricing and the surface, pricing on equipment, as well as the play surface from Dave Ely Associates. One of the holdups on that was most of those types of playground contractors are pretty tied up during the summer months. So we're looking to hopefully get started on that playground at Glen sometime in the fall, if possible. So we've all been looking at the high school, either on a daily or weekly basis. We took a walk through there about a week ago, myself and Mr. Chavone, and looked at those things that are critical for the opening of school. And it still seems as though the contractor is on target to have those critical path items completed. It will still look a little rough around the edges of the school building, and the parking lot was getting paved. The front parking lot was getting paved today, and the back lot was getting patched today. So hopefully that, that's all supposed to be completed by 8/23. All the concrete sidewalks are in. A lot more of the glass is now in place on the front addition, as well as the door frames, and some of the doors were hung today. So we're confident that we're going to meet the milestone set forth for the opening of school. As I said at our CIP meeting, we have to remember this is the first year of a 3-year project. It's still going to be rough around. It's still going to be uncomfortable a little bit. It's still going to be rough looking. Just have to keep in mind it's only the first year. And we'll continue to watch closely as we get closer to the first day of school. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Evans.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next up, Mr. Goldsboro. Next motion.
Motion, the following motions for personnel items be approved. Motion 8.01 on page 2 through motion 8.09 on page 5.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
With regret, the motion that the following retirements be approved. Motion 9.01, Kathleen Barnes, special education teacher at Prospect Park School with 20 years of service to the district, be approved for retirement effective August 22nd, 2024.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Just quickly want to thank Ms. Barnes for 20 years of service at Prospect Park School. When I went there, I knew Ms. Barnes, so I'm happy for her retirement and wish her the best of luck. All right, hearing no other comments or questions, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
From the Office of Curriculum and Instruction, motion that the following items be approved. Motion 10.01 on page 5 through motion 10.14 on page 7.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
From the Office of Special Education and Pupil Services, motion that the following items be approved. Motion 11.01 on page 7 through 11.20 on page 8.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
From the Office of Technology, motion that the following items be approved. 12.01 and 12.02. Both of them are located on page 9.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
From the Office of Facilities, motion that the following item be approved. Motion, item 13.01, that the Board of School Directors approve the contract with Johnson Controls for the fire alarm and intrusion upgrade at Prospect Park, Glen Olden, Norwood, and Tinicum schools at a cost of $1,490,000 to be paid from bond funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? I just want to quickly highlight that is a large amount of money that we have been discussing over the last couple of months at our finance meetings and our GBO meetings. So, just for board members and members of the public, that has been discussed. Hearing no other questions or comments, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
In terms of capital improvement, motion that motion 14.01 be approved. And the motion reads that the Board of School Directors approve the change order PC-CO-001 for the Glen Olden Administrative Renovation Project for costs associated with the unused materials, Myco Mechanical Inc. In $7,072.92.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
Item 15, motion that the Board of School Directors approve Edward Lisinski to attend the CCIU PIMS workshop on August 13th, November 12th, 2024, and January 14th, 2025, at a cost of $525 to be paid from district funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion.
Item number 16, motion that the Board of School Directors approve the SEPTA discount school fare agreement to use as needed for student transportation needs in accordance with the terms and conditions set forth, all costs to be paid from district funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion.
Item number 17, motion that the Board of School Directors approve the independent contractor agreements with Jenna Sykin and Kelsey Kinzel to provide athletic training and support for the 2024-2025 school year at a cost not to exceed $4,500 each, to be paid from district funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
Item number 18, motion that the Board of School Directors approve the agreement between Interboro School District and Phil Martelli of P&J Enterprises to deliver speaking services on August 26, 2024 at a cost of $2,500 to be paid from district funds.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members?
Is that going to be videoed?
No.
Okay. All right.
You're welcome to come if you would like.
I have professional development on that day, so I cannot attend. So, all right. Yeah.
Just FaceTime them for a couple minutes.
Okay, I can do that.
All right. Any other questions or comments? All right. Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. Next motion, Mr. Goldsboro.
Item number 19, motion that the Board of School Directors approve the 2024-2025 Health and Safety Plan.
Second.
Motion has been moved and seconded. Any questions or comments from board members? Or did you want to make a quick comment, Mrs. Riley?
Yes, Mr. Chavone, just that this will be the last year that the district will have to approve this health and safety plan, as we will have used up all of our ESSER funds by September 30th.
Okay.
Comment.
All right. That is
Comment.
all of. Oh, did someone else say something?
Just real
Sorry.
quick, we still want to have a health and safety plan, right?
We do,
Okay.
but not like this one.
Roger.
All right. That is the end of the voting. Is there any old business?
We didn't vote on that last motion. I'm
Oh, we
sorry.
did. Oh, we did not. Sorry.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments? Mrs. Riley, I'm not used to you making a comment, so you threw me off. All right.
Sorry.
Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries 7-0. All right. Is there any old business before the board? Any new business? All right, Mrs. Riley, I'll pass it over to you for your superintendent comments.
Thank you. I do have a couple of comments to make. Registration. The office is open Thursday from 8 to 3:30 this week, and again on Monday, 8/26 from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. for those families who are required to complete residency verification. Right now, we have about 345 families that have not come in to complete their registration information. So I am strongly urging for parents to please come in, try and get your paperwork completed so that your children can start school on time. We have sent out multiple phone messages and reminders, but our goal is to have all of our students start on the first day of school, but we need parents to come in and complete their registration and residency information. Also, a reminder to our kindergarten and community school parents that the times for the start of school have changed. So the doors will open at 8 o'clock of all of our community schools and kindergarten, but 8:10 is our start time. With 8:11 is considered late. So we need parents to be aware of that. Also, the day now ends at 2:50. Also, all parents should have received today from all of their building principals our back to school s'more. If you have not received it, I would suggest you call the school to make sure that your email is correct and up to date. And this could also you may not have received it because you have not updated or completed your registration information. So every parent should be aware that the s'mores have gone out. There's a lot of important information in there. Take some time, read through it. But it's good information and information that parents need to start school on the first day. And last thing, the Home Access Center will open on August 23rd, where parents can go in and check for schedules, check who their child's teacher will be. But again, that will be open for the new school year on August 23rd. Thank you.
Bernadette, just question about the home access center. If they're
Yeah.
not re-registered, will they have access to see those things?
Nope. No. You
Good.
have to be registered to have access to get into the home access center. Yeah. Now, it could be what we've had happen over time is that sometimes parents don't have maybe inadvertently opted out of receiving the district emails, so they're not receiving them. We've had that come up. So again, you can call the school and we can check on that and help parents get the information they need to set up and get access back into the system. Okay.
All right. Any comments, questions, concerns from any board members?
With the high school construction and everything going on there, I'm guessing something's going to be going out about traffic flow pattern, all that.
Yep,
as
that was
far
all.
as-
Mr. Litz has sent that out. It's part of the s'more, and he'll continue to send out reminders because there are changes to the traffic patterns at the high school.
Okay, great. Just wanted to make sure
Absolutely.
that everybody in the public knows that also.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. Hearing no other comments or concerns, please visit Interboro School District website at www.interboro.sd.org for further information on the meetings listed below. The next work session of the Interboro Board of School Directors will be held virtually on Monday, September 16th, 2024 at 7 p.m. The next regularly monthly public meeting of the Interboro Board of School Directors will be held at the Administration Building on Wednesday, September 18th, 2024 at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday, September 24th, 2024, a Capital Improvement Committee meeting will be held virtually at 6:30 p.m. Meeting is adjourned. Everyone have a great night.